everyone, welcome to the Python tutorial. Today we will continue learning about Python. We talk about data type and variable. Let's begin. First, let's define what data types are and why we need variables. As you know, data is essential for any programs. For example, if we want to create game, we need information like player's name and score and player status, winner or loser. To represent this information, we use different type of data. The player's name is made of the letter. It's represented as text. The score is number. The player status can be represented by true or false value. In Python, some common data types are integers, whole numbers, like when we write score 100. Floats are numbers with decimal points, such as height equal 5.9. Strings are used for text, like assigning a name. Player names, for example, Alice. Booleans are either true or false values, such as is winner true to indicate if player won. Lists are useful to storing multiple items, like scores list, to keep track of several scores. Now we understand what data, so we need a way to store this information in our program for later use. These storage containers called variables. Each variable is introduced to the system with a name. After defining a variable's name, we use the equal sign to assign a value to it. The type of data for these variables depends on the value we give it. I hope this explanation about data types and variables is clear. Let's open the VS Code software to use Python to define variables and use data types. And it's better if we create a directory for our practice. So open folder for our practice. In everywhere you want, create a folder. This is our directory for practice. We use a file to write our code. It's better a capital letter for name file. I use datatype.py. It's very important. Okay, alright. We want to store games information. For instance, a player's score. We might write score equal 100. Score is name of variable equal for assign data to our variable, for example 100. This variable represents a number. Just write the name of variable and put value, the number, after the equal. This is an example for the numerical data type. Another one, player's name. We can write name of variable to store player's name. I write player and name equal. You can write every name, for example. This is example for string or letter. If we want to indicate the player's status, we would write is winner, is underline winner. This variable shows status of player, for example true. We define 3 variables and 3 data types in Python. And when writing variables in Python, we need to follow some simple rules. First, variable names must always start with a letter, and we cannot begin with a number. If you want like this, it will not work. It gives us error. It's incorrect. Another rules to avoid using special characters or keyword like @ or print. Print is reserved in Python, so we can't use it. Alright, let's try to print this variable. One way to execute our program, we use print. We write print score and print player name, and print is winner. Okay, press Ctrl S. We can run our program Python file. And another way to run our program, just write Python in terminal and name of file Python DataTypes.py and press enter. We run our program and print score, print player name, print true. If we change value of every variable, for example, score equal 200, we change value of score, and press Ctrl S to save it and run again. And look at this, we see new value in Python, and every program in computer runs in the order of the lines we write. It's very important. If we want to use a variable, we must ensure it's defined before. Let's try to print a variable that hasn't been defined yet. For example, delete this line and this line. Variable score hasn't been defined yet. If we try to run it with terminal or displays, in the terminal our program gives error because this variable hasn't been defined and we try to use it. Python program and computer program work line by line. Another one of data type, define list in Python. We write name of variable. To define it, write equal and bracket and data, like this data. Define list in Python to store multiple data. If we want to print it, use print and name of variable. In print, this is value, not variable, data. We can use it, but we use variable to store information of our program and use later in our program. Run it. This line score, this line player's name, this line status, this line list of score, this line value. We can use multiple variables in one print them in one line. Just write name of variable and colon another variables and so on. This line print all variables in one line. Output of our program in one line. Print this. Alright, we'll learn about data types and why to use variable to store information. In next video, we'll talk about loops and conditions. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. Thank you for watching me. Let's keep coding.